What's up everybody? As you can probably tell from the title, I'm coming at you today with a brand new rust bunker base design. This bad boy is pretty sturdy, if I do say so myself, and it comes with room for 3 people. It utilizes deployable honeycomb, so if raiders come in from a specific angle, they're pretty much f***ed. This rust bunker base design also takes advantage of some new building tech. Unless you've been living under a rock, you probably heard of the new roof bunkers. These new bunkers can be opened from inside or outside, so they're a pretty awesome new mechanic. While I normally won't do these base tours, today I feel like it's necessary just to showcase the new tech. So allow me to put on my real estate agent hat and sell you this base. Okay, here we go. This is the outside of the base. So we're going to go through the front door and you have your level 2 bench for all your crafting needs. You have a shop front. Watch for door campers at specific angles. After this, you can go through a single door and a garage door, and it's the bunker room. We'll show you how this one works in just a second after we check out our utility room. In this room, we have our private oil refinery. Definitely a staple in the age of cars and helicopters. And through both of these doors, we have 3 furnaces for all your smelting needs. But that's enough of this. Now on to the thing you really care about, your bunker entrance. Alright, so this design is a little complicated. You have to be underneath the floor to place the opening tile, which is a triangle roof. And then you just look towards the right side of the room and you'll be able to place it through the wall, which opens up your bunker. This ladder hatch is basically here to help stability. It holds up the roof along with the square floor above the shotgun traps. So if raiders soft side the square floor, the roof won't collapse because of the floor frame that holds up the ladder hatch. So as you can see, the bunker's open now. So we go through this garage door and we start our entry into the core. Right here we have 3 shotgun traps. In case someone is going deep, they try to walk over the twig. The shotgun traps will fire, breaking the twig and sealing them out. And if they somehow clip through the wall, they'll die. So this base utilizes vending machine storage. It's pretty nice. It's a nice compact way to store items. To our right we have our crafting room. The way the vending machines and workbenches are placed, raiders will have to break the wall and the deployable just to get into your base. So if they go in through that way, they're boned. And through this garage door, we have another 5 large boxes and 1 small box. You can put different stuff in there if you want, but I think we need more loot space. So in here we have, I guess, what you can call the main loot, just since it's close to the TC, but you could put your valuable loot anywhere. And yeah, you can access TC from both the top and bottom shelf, just so it's not too much of a pain if you have 3 people. And I think that's about it for this tour. One last thing, to exit your bunker, all you do is place a triangle roof on the left side like that, and bada bing bada boom. Alright, before we get into this build, let's break down some numbers for you. This rust bunker base design costs about 2200 metal, 26 high qual, and 979 stone to upkeep daily. That's only 4 metal nodes, 1 monument run, and less than 1 stone node to upkeep daily. The build cost minus deployables is 10,340 metal frags, 155 high qual, and about 6k stone. You could probably have this bad boy finished day 1 if you really grind, but most likely the start of day 2. This design costs roughly 22 to 27 rockets, give or take some explosive ammo, just a full raid, so it's pretty sturdy, I'd say. If you get raided, you might still come back to some loot. Today is no normal video, as we have 2 comment shoutouts to get to. The first comment shoutout goes to Roland Lomas, who says, "Bro, you should design apartments in Asian cities. This is ridiculously compact." Legend has it that real Asian architects are still laughing at my take on compact bases to this day. The second comment shoutout goes to Swagman818, who says, "I was the 1000th subscriber. Go celebrate. You deserve it." If you told me in April that I was going to hit 1000 subscribers, I would not have believed you, because I did not think it would happen this soon, so thank you. If you look at my first few videos that I posted on here, you'd probably just be like, dude, what the f***? It just goes to show that if you put in the hours, you can learn how to make content that people enjoy. So thank you to everyone who subbed, and let's get into this build. So we're going to start this one by placing a square foundation as low as possible, and then a high triangle off of it. To the left, we're going to add 1 square and 1 triangle, also high. Upgrade your center triangle to stone, and then add 1 more square off of it. These will be the foundations of your starter unit. If you're low on materials, just start by building the left side of it. Place walls everywhere except on the wall socket leading to your middle triangle. Your TC is going to go in the corner like this. I can't stress this enough, man, but make sure you put a door on your base, otherwise it's a 0 rocket raid. I make sure to include these in all of my builds. Use the time after you set this up to bag in your friends and set up your starter unit like this. When you're ready to expand, place walls as I do right here. It's important to leave the bottom right wall as wood, as we'll be beating that wood out later. Place down your workbench where I did, and then add 2 more doors, both opening inwards towards the middle triangle. When all 3 doors are open, they'll function as a little triple airlock, and it's pretty sweet. As you can see, my character cannot run through it. You can use the remaining space in this room to put down your teammates' bags. Once you're ready, go outside and add a new room outside the wooden wall. Use low foundations and then seal it with a half wall and full wall. On the side of your base facing the front door, make sure you use a full wall on bottom and a half wall on top, and then do the opposite with the outside walls. If you put the half wall on the bottom, you won't be able to open up your bunker with a triangle roof. Next, go inside and beat out that wood wall just like we talked about. This new room we just added on will be used as a loot room. Place down triangles and upgrade them to whatever the hell you want. We're going to use these as shelves. The box placement here can be a little tricky, so just do it exactly as I do and then you'll fit everything in. Our goal here is to put a large box and a small box on each triangle while having room for furnaces as well. When you're placing this furnace, make sure it's all the way back in the corner, otherwise you won't have room to place the boxes and other furnace. Make sure this one is right next to the other one, pulled right in, and then you'll be able to fit a box back here in the corner and another one up here in the front. Now you're left with a nice compact loot room. If you've made it this far, I really hope you have enough metal to add some new double doors, because wood just won't do the trick. Also, add a garage door in front of your new loot room. After this, we're going to go outside and start working on our new bunker. Expand the foundations as I do here, and then add honeycomb on the first high foundation you added. This will serve as some extra protection for the TC. Place a half wall here with the hard side facing inside. We don't want raiders to be able to soft side this half wall from inside later, because it'll be holding up this floor frame, which will hold up the bunker, along with this square floor right here. Once you have the blocks placed, wall off and door off this bad boy as I do here. This might seem kind of stupid the way I'm facing the walls, but it'll all make sense in a little bit, I promise. We're about to install our furnace room. Go right here and make sure you add some honeycomb, as behind that wall is your loot room. Add it exactly as I do here. At this point you have options. You can make a simple square foundation room with furnaces, or you can build an oil refinery section with 2 separate furnace rooms sealed off by doors. I would recommend the latter, so that's what we're going to do in this base. And this is how it's done. Now you're all set to insert your bunker. Just place down a roof like this and it's all set up. You can't fit in or out when you have the double doors, so get rid of it. You open your bunker just like this. Once you have a triangular ladder hatch, go down here and place it just so it's harder for raiders to get down there to soft side the bunker. Now you can replace the double doors that used to form your triangle airlock with garage doors, as they're much sturdier and better for mobility. Once you can, start upgrading everything around your bunker to metal. Add some shotgun traps down here just for a little extra offline protection. After the traps, make sure you put a low wall in front of them, so if raiders soft side the floor that holds up the roof, they can't get past. Make sure it's also metal as well, I forgot to upgrade it. Also, make sure you upgrade this floor frame to the same build grade as whatever your bunker's made out of, as it's technically part of it since it keeps it held up. Without the floor frame, if you break this floor, then the whole bunker collapses, making it useless. But if you have the floor frame and the low wall, then they can't pass through even if they soft side it. As you progress through the wipe, just start upgrading more elements of your core to metal. The sooner the better, as always. When you upgrade the walls in this loot room, you'll definitely have to move some stuff, but it shouldn't be too bad. Once you have your furnace room set up, these two are completely useless, so get rid of them ASAP. And use that space for more loot. When it comes to your tier 2, you can place it next to your secondary loot room with the furnaces, or you can place it in the airlock like we saw in the tour. I'd recommend placing it in the airlock. For your main loot room, make sure you upgrade the walls behind and the foundation below TC to armored before you place the window frame. Make sure you put the shelf up for your main loot as well before you put the window frame down. Once you made it this far, it's time to start arranging your main loot boxes. Place them on the top shelf just as I do here. Make sure to leave some space on the front left of each shelf so you can access the TC from both the top and the bottom. Next, place all your boxes just like this on the bottom shelf. I can already see the comments. Dude, I could fit way more in that square, bro. Gotta use some barbecues, bro. Nah, man, we don't use barbecues here. I'm sorry. Once you're ready for it, place your level 3 in this corner here. If you're about that life, get rid of the furnaces in your second loot room and put a large box down there instead. And if you're really about that life, you can make the top shelf bigger and then place a large box there instead of the small box. I forgot to mention when I was talking about armor in the TC room, but you should honeycomb it as soon as you armor it, just so you can hide your wealth from other players. You should do this as soon as you get your level 2, but just make sure you come outside and add another room just so it can house the level 2, and you have a little area to look outside from. Also, more doors can never hurt, right? And now for the part that makes this base auto sealing. Go in here and place 2 to 3 shotgun traps underneath your twig. The shotgun traps will break the twig if anyone tries to go deep, thus sealing the bunker. Also, if you didn't already, make sure you put a wall frame here and then add a garage door for a little extra protection. Alright, and next, to finalize your loot room, place a vending machine right down here. And if you chose to put your level 2 in this room, then this room is complete. You can't really do much more with it. But if you didn't, place a vending machine in this corner. Having all these deployables here will add a little bit of extra honeycomb if raiders decide to come in through those walls behind them. Speaking of honeycomb, when you're ready to start it right outside your lowered foundation loot rooms. Surely, if you don't have enough metal, you don't have to honeycomb out of metal right away. You could do some parts stone, some parts metal, but I'd highly recommend it. As for honeycombing the rest of the base, it's pretty simple. Just do full sheet metal honeycomb around all of the core, and then when you get to the roof, make sure that you upgrade all of the ceilings above the roof to HQM and then put a layer of sheet metal honeycomb above it. It's hard to say if this bunker is worth putting in your base or not. It definitely adds a lot of extra blocks. You have to worry about a lot of weird high and low foundations and whatnot, and you have to definitely put it in a really flat terrain. So I don't know if it's worth it to you. Definitely let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think about the new building technique that we've been given, and yeah. I'm just going to let the rest of the honeycomb play out, and then we have a couple last finishing touches to make. Make sure you upgrade both walls on either side of the metal roof to HQM, and after that, you're all done. And with the end of the build comes the end of the video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.